What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Lakers fan. We're gonna be talking about the possibility of Rajon Rondo coming back. We just got a crazy report from the Atlanta Hawks that they're actually putting Rajon Rondo in trade talks right now. Rondo is available. We all know last year Rondo was a big part of the Lakers' NBA championship run, and in my opinion, getting Rondo back, it wouldn't be a bad idea. So if you're a Lakers fan and want to know how the Lakers can do it, you're gonna love this. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about Rajon Rondo to the Lakers.
What do you want me to say? Is that a percentage or you?
I mean, do you think it's gotten better after this for you in the offseason? It's something that you feel like...
I'm always play my game. You know, I think me at point is a pretty good, I've been pretty good in my career at me at point as well. So, like I said, it's all about sacrificing and figure out what's best for our team.
The Lakers getting Rajon Rondo during this year's NBA trade deadline would simply be a brilliant move. As of right now, a lot of Laker fans want the Lakers to go for big stars such as Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, or even DeMar DeRozan, but honestly, getting somebody like Rondo to solidify their bench would be something better for the team, as they don't have to trade a lot of pieces. It could be an under-the-radar deal. This past offseason, Rondo signed a 2-year contract with the Hawks of $15 million, and for what we're hearing so far, the Hawks are putting Rondo up for trade talks because they believe that signing so far has been unsuccessful. For the Hawks this year, he's only averaging 12 minutes per game, averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. And in my opinion, an elite point guard of Rajon Rondo should not be playing 12 minutes. The Hawks right now got hit with so many injuries of Bojan Bogdanovic and DeAndre Hunter, and from the looks of it, they're gonna try to make a move this trade deadline to replace those players and look for more of a scoring type player. And if this is the case, I believe the Lakers should call the Hawks immediately. Last year for the Lakers, Rondo was a big part of their NBA championship run in the NBA playoffs. He averaged about 25 minutes per game, averaged 9 points, averaged 4 rebounds, and averaged 6.6 assists. Rondo was simply the backup playmaker to LeBron James and was simply just a great leader for them. It was also just reported by the Lakers that Frank Vogel actually claims to miss Rajon Rondo. The Lakers as a team misses Rondo and are sad that he isn't in the locker room this season, as he was a big part of their game on the court and off the court last season. Look at what Frank Vogel even said about Rondo. Obviously, he was so vital to our championship run last year. He really orchestrated the game on both sides of the ball. His ability to switch from man to zone, and we like to joke that sometimes he had our guys in moan defense where a couple of guys were in man, a couple of guys were in zone, and nobody really knew what we were putting in, but the offense didn't either, so it worked for us. I shot him a text today that we got our man defense ready for him to try and slow him down, and we'll be ready for a classic Rondo night. He's going to be really orchestrating the game on both sides of the ball. We really miss him around here. He was a big part of what we did last year, a big part of our culture, and he's definitely missed. This proves alone that Rondo was so important to the Lakers, the head coach knows it, and that chemistry would be a great reason why a reunion would simply be perfect. Anthony Davis also had some words to say about Rondo when it comes to his basketball IQ. This is what he said. He's a coach on the floor. Even when he's not playing, he's coaching. Last year in practice, he was coaching. During the game and on the floor, he was coaching. He's always learning. He's watching film. So I could definitely see him being a head coach. I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to coach. He'll make one hell of a coach. He knows the game very well. His IQ is unbelievable, very high. And he gets along with a lot of players. He knows how to talk to players, and he knows who he can be aggressive with. and knows who he has to kind of take it easy on. I think he's going to be a great coach in this league if that's what he ends up going with. Any NBA championship team needs high basketball IQ players, and if Rondo is being available, he's at the top of that list when it comes to the smartest players around. I'm gonna put this out there right now. Rondo not re-signing with the Lakers, I believe had to do a lot with the financial point of view. The Hawks offered him more money, and that's why I believe Rondo went there. But if there was an opportunity that Rondo would love to come back to the Lakers and maybe get a better contract, he would 100% do it. A lot of you Laker fans want to see a reunion, and for this video, I'm making it possible. I have 4 trade scenarios that I believe the Lakers can offer the Hawks if Rondo becomes available. One of these 4 trades might actually work. The first trade is offering up Alfonso McKinney and their 2023 second round pick in exchange for Rajon Rondo. The Hawks lost a lot of their small forwards of Bogey and DeAndre Hunter, and maybe getting a young defender of Alfonso McKinney, who right now just simply isn't getting minutes for the Lakers. He might be able to find some minutes on the Atlanta Hawks rotation. The best part about this deal is that the Lakers don't lose much of their depth. They gain depth in getting Rajon Rondo, and the best asset in this deal for the Hawks is definitely that second round pick. But if the Hawks don't want Alfonso McKinney, I believe the Lakers can offer a Markieff Morris instead and that second round pick in exchange for Rajon Rondo. If the Hawks are going to trade a veteran player of Rajon Rondo, maybe getting a veteran player back who was a part of the Lakers championship team last year might not be a bad idea as well. Of course, I believe Rondo is better than Markieff Morris, so from the Lakers' perspective, this is still a big win. This trade is definitely more likely than the Alfonso McKinney trade. But the next trade on this list is the Lakers offering up Marc Gasol and that second round pick instead. And if the Hawks more want of a veteran center to simply be a floor spacer because Clint Capella and John Collins are more of an inside the paint player, this might not be a bad deal for the Hawks as well, as Marc Gasol is an NBA champion and brings veteran leadership. I'll be honest though, this isn't as likely as the Markieff Morris one, only because I believe the Lakers need more centers and especially are focusing more on their front court when it comes to this year's NBA trade deadline. But I do believe Rajon Rondo is a better addition and role player than Marc Gasol. And the last trade scenario is kind of a blockbuster, and that's the Lakers offering up Montrezl Harrell, Alfonso McKinney, and their 2022 first round pick in exchange for John Collins and Rajon Rondo. What do you guys think about this trade? John Collins is currently on an expiring restricted contract, and from what we're hearing, John Collins actually might not re-sign with the Hawks, as him and Trae Young kind of have something going on there, something negative. If the Hawks ultimately feel John Collins will not be staying there, they're going to try to trade him as soon as possible during this year's NBA trade deadline. And with John Collins already being linked to the Lakers on multiple occasions, getting Rajon Rondo a part of that package wouldn't be a bad idea for the Lakers' depth. Of course, the Lakers lose Montrezl Harrell, who is their sixth man, who is their scoring punch off the bench, but I believe getting John Collins to come off the bench from Montrezl is definitely an upgrade. Losing that first round pick isn't the best for the Lakers, but with the Lakers going full throttle and full steam ahead for that championship this year, I believe this is a fair deal. The Lakers bring back Rajon Rondo and they get a better young big that they can potentially re-sign to build around Anthony Davis for their future. These are the 4 trade scenarios that I believe would be great for the Lakers to offer the Hawks if Rajon Rondo ultimately becomes available. But the moment Rajon Rondo becomes available, there's also one more NBA team that I believe would love Rajon Rondo, and that's the Lakers' competitor and rival, the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers right now need a veteran point guard, and the Clippers need Rajon Rondo. In this past offseason, it was rumored that the Clippers actually wanted Rajon Rondo. They were targeting him in free agency. But in my opinion, I believe Rondo didn't sign there only because I believe Rondo didn't want to do the Lakers dirty, joining the Lakers' rivals and being a threat to them. In this case scenario, I believe Rondo going to the Clippers, it isn't Rondo's fault. If the Clippers have a good deal in mind and the Hawks accept, then it's a win-win, fair situation. If the Clippers can offer up Lou Williams and their 2022 second round pick in exchange for Rajon Rondo, I believe the Hawks would love this deal the most. The Hawks just lost DeAndre Hunter, who was their second scoring option, and lost Bogey, who was also a three-point threat. But getting Lou Will to come off the bench and be a scoring presence, we all know Lou Will is a great bench player. He's an offensive threat on any given night. And if the Hawks feel that Lou Will can give more offense than Rondo, this would be a simple deal, great for both sides of the story. I do believe the Clippers have more to offer than the Lakers when it comes to a Rajon Rondo trade, but in my opinion, I would just love to see Rajon Rondo in the purple and gold once again. So ultimately, guys, this wraps up my video for today on the possibility of Rajon Rondo going back to the Lakers. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Is Rajon Rondo going back possible? Is it realistic? Is it likely? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!